Okay, I've got this Black & Decker workbench. This is a original one. I've had it for years and years and years. And then off Marketplace for free, I ended up picking up one of these ones. Another one. Bit worse for wear as far as the unit goes. All the legs were all buggered up. It's missing a spring, which I got one of those, and the top looks pretty bad here as far as someone's had a good slice there. So, and then after that, it's a month after that, that one of the family passed away, and this was in his garage. This was all broken up and bent frames and so forth. So we've been working on this one here, straightening up the arms and all these bits and pieces here, and replacing circlips and stuff to get it to this stage. But again, this one's got, the top's pretty cactus, needs to be replaced. And then one of my sons, he's got one of these things sitting out in his backyard, and he said, no top, no handles, whatever. So, and the same thing, he's got all these here are all broken on his. So, and he's just got himself a 3D printer. So he's actually printed off the handles, so which fit this unit, and then these little clips which are all broken. He got into a program and he actually printed off 4 of these. So I'll fit those up and see how they go. And then I said, I tried the handle that he had, because I got 2 missing. There's 2 missing from this one over here. In turn, they take this size handle, which is, we can't find a 3D program to print those, and these are slightly different to what he printed off. This is perfect, the one he's got, but these originals, these are longer. The actual shaft is actually angled, it's not dead straight. So worse, if I can get a correct program, I'll re-alter this one and print some of these, and we'll see how we go. And for the tops, or the new decks we'll call them, I was out looking at the Wassam hard rubbish, and people next door, they'd actually thrown out some beds, and these are the side timbers off the bed, which I've sliced down to be 125 wide, which is the width of the actual tops. And these ones here, these are 610 long for these. I'm going to call them second series, as opposed to the original series ones. These oldies, these are actually 590. I've already cut one down, redone the actual section to mimic it. So that's what I've done to mimic it. The hole size is a 20 mil. So I'm fortunate to go and buy another spade bit so that I could actually drill those out, because I started at 19 and not good enough for the pins that go in. Anyway, we'll keep going and I'll come back and get some more done. Okay, I'm just setting up or replacing the top on this one of these units, where I've just put the timbers together, taken the screws off the old one, which is the old timbers are in here, and in turn I did scribe them to get an idea of how far down they were from the edge. I've marked these, set them up the same way, and just now I'll drill some holes in here and re-put the screws back in, and this one should be good to go. Well, barring the handles to be done, this one's been refurbished, so very happy. On to the next one. Okay, progressing with the second unit now, where I've lined up, done the measurements between the 2 points on the actual stand, cut the holes. Both, this one's in, this one's bolted up. And this one here, this had the brackets where the person who had this had cut it off and sliced it up. So my son, one of my sons, he owns this one, which I still got to fix up. He's got a 3D printer, and they found a program where he printed these things up. Well, there's a better one. So where it comes in 3 parts, there's the block, the track keeper, which runs in the track along there, and this top spigot. So, and in turn, I just modified this thing here so that it's got the bottom rail. It's got a spigot which will go through here, and these blocks came with another hole in here. So I simply loaded that thing in, sliced it off with a tool because that sits directly underneath here, and in turn I wanted to get the maximum when the bolt goes down in here, that in turn that there's no void or anything. So I want it to actually be hard up against this, and this recess here, that's part of the actual unit down here that slots up inside. And then this one here, the bit that I cut off, is inserted in this 13mm hole, and then pins are just an 8mm bolt which I sliced off, poked into the top side, and then that'll just pop up the inside. And this thing here is they're an 8mm hole all the way through and a 20mm main hole to start with. Same with the what do you call those damn things? Speed bore or spade bit. So the spade bit first in there, and then in the pilot hole just chuck the 8mm drill down. These are down just on 20mm, so they differ obviously depending on how thick this is and how long your bolt is. Anyway, I'll put this together and see how we go. Okay, on to the third unit. I was doing this one here, and then I'd finished it and then realised I hadn't done any holes. And then so I took it all apart again, I've drilled the holes, and then realised that when I put that one together, same thing, I hadn't done the damn holes. So I took that apart, and in doing so, one of the actual brackets under here, when I was bashing this up, it actually broke a piece off, so which was the little groove tongue keeper. So I've just asked my son to make another one, and then I'll put it back together, and that'll be it. I'll class it as 1, 2, 3, done. And the original one, all good. Cheers. Okay, this is the final fix-up, or just showing what was done. This is the original one, which had the least amount of defects in it. But this one was missing the feet. So my son printed off 4 of these off a website, Thingiverse. Did those, and so that's complete. Everything's on that one here. This one here, which was the relative that passed away and redid the brackets, he printed a handle, and I tried that, fit, so no problem. So then he printed off another one, and I'll install that soon. That'll finish that. And then the other one, which was the workmate, this one was missing these bits here, which he had them on his little GMC one, which has gone back to him now. And it was also, I noticed, was missing 2 of these little feet down here. So again, off the Thingiverse website, he built 2 of those, which I'll install those and be done. So 4 units, all complete. Fantastic. Cheers.